Today I'm going to show you how to make chicken bone broth. There's multiple great qualities about bone broth that include that it's nourishing, it provides multiple minerals including calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and other trace minerals, as well as also including chondroitin, sulfate, and glucosamine, which is good for inflammation. It's easy to digest and absorb, so it can be enjoyed by many. The gelatin that is produced from the cartilage helps soothe the guts and alleviate some digestive issues. It's good for immunity, and it helps with fighting off illnesses or recovery from colds and illnesses. You can use it multiple ways, to include sipping it, using it to cook your grains in place of water, or as a base for soups, stews, and sauces. Today we'll be making chicken bone broth with backs and wings and feet, and I'll be using Monica Corrado's recipe. So what we have here is 4 pounds of chicken backs and necks cut up into pieces. I roasted this on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Now what I'm doing is adding this into my 4 quarts of water. 4 quarts is about 16 cups. You don't have to roast your chicken bones, but this will add a nice flavor. You can also add the juice that's left over after you roast from the chicken. This will also add more flavor. You just want to do this very carefully. Next, I'm going to add my chicken feet to the stock. I have 4 of those. This is where the gelatin is really going to come from, all the cartilage here. You can roast these, but you don't have to. So after my chicken feet are in, now I'm going to cut up 3 ribs of celery and 3 carrots. You can also add an onion at this point. The celery and the carrots are going to be just a really rough chop. The carrots, you don't have to peel if you use organic, which I have. So I'm not going to peel those, and I'll just chop them up and throw them in. You can also add herbs at this point if you want, or other vegetables. Mushrooms are nice, but you don't want to add anything that's very bitter because it will add that flavor to your stock. So today we're just doing carrots and celery. And then the last ingredient that we're going to be adding here is apple cider vinegar. And I have raw apple cider vinegar here. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of this to the pot with all the ingredients. And this is going to help leach the calcium out of the bones. And now what we want to do is let this sit and soak for about 30 minutes. So after everything's soaked in the water with the apple cider vinegar, I brought this up to a boil, and now what you see as this comes up to a boil is that we have something called foam, or scum as Monica Corrado calls it. So what you need to do is, in Monica Corrado's words, skim the scum or remove the foam. So I have a skimmer here that I'm using, and I'm just going to take out this foam and put it in here. We're going to be discarding it. But it's really important that you get all of this out. If you don't have a skimmer, you can just use a regular spoon, but you can just see now as I move this around that we're getting all of the scum out of here. These are just impurities that we want to remove. Just go all the way around the side, picking as much of this up as possible. Left to get out. Okay, and then once you have all the scum removed, we want to bring this to a boil, or excuse me, it's already at a boil. We want to bring this down to a simmer now and cover it. We're going to put it on the lowest temperature possible, and you want to cook this for a minimum of 6 hours and no more than 24 hours. Okay, now it's been about 6.5 hours. So I've uncovered the pot and I'm turning it off, and now we're going to go ahead and strain it into another pot. And basically we just want to discard the larger pieces of chicken, all the vegetables, and anything else that's left in here. You can discard everything. You can eat the chicken if you would like and save it, or it's okay to get rid of it. You can also use the bones again after this for another batch of bone broth. After you strain everything, you want to bring this up to room temperature, and then you can either store it in a pot or you could put it in mason jars at that point, and you can store it in the refrigerator for about 3 to 5 days, or you can go ahead and store in the freezer for up to a year.